Hey guys. All right, so today we're going to be going over Chapter 8. This is the first video in the series that I'm going to be putting together here. I'm going to break it down by tools so that I don't have one long video. Then you can watch the pieces you need to. Again, before we start off here, what I want to reiterate, all the details are in my email, but there's many ways to get a hold of me. So if you have questions on this, we can definitely get you some help. I also have the ability to do a private video chat like this with you guys. So if you need me to show you something on my screen, or you want to share your screen with me so that I can see your model or what issues you might be having to help you solve them, those are options of things we can do. I know face-to-face video calls aren't comfortable for everybody, and so what you can do is actually turn your camera off like I've done right now, and that way you don't have to deal with that part of it if that makes you uncomfortable. Anyway, so I'm going to jump right into this, try and keep these videos as short as possible, but in this video I'm going to cover the ordinate dimensions, which is on page 8.3. It's a different way to smart dimension parts. Normally when, this is the sketch from chapter 8 here, the first sketch, but normally we'd come in and dimension all these things and put relations and whatnot, but they're going to be using a different way to dimension on this page, so I want to explain it so you all are aware of what's going on. So basically the way ordinate dimensions work is you're going to create a 0 point, and then every point will be dimensioned from that 0 point. So in this case, they're going to use the bottom left corner of the sketch, that being the origin here, and they're going to make that the 0 point. And then we'll dimension every point horizontally from there. So we'll hit all of these different distances, and that'll have a measurement from the 0 that we established. We'll do the same thing vertically too. We'll give a distance for every different dimension here as we move up the sketch, and that'll all be based off this 0 point. So it's really doing the same thing. It's just a different way of looking at it. Some of you may like it, some may not like it as much, but it's just something you're going to need to know for this chapter. So we're going to start with the horizontal dimensions here. And the way we get to the ordinate dimensions is under the Smart Dimension button that we always use. There's a little drop down arrow. So if you select that drop down arrow and you go down the list here, you'll find horizontal ordinate dimension. So we'll select that. And the first thing we're going to need to do, the first spot it wants us to click, is our 0 point. So in this case, that's going to be the origin, like I said. We'll click the origin, and then you'll see a 0 appear. And just like any other dimension, we need to place it. Once we place it, every other dimension after that is going to be in line with it, at least the horizontal ones. So then what we'll need to do here is go down the list and click all the points that we want to horizontally dimension. This will help give us their location, or define their location. So we'll select this point here, and you'll see it place the dimension. And then we'll just keep going down the list, or down the line here, and we'll select all the different points. So there's the next one. We've got one up here that's the next in line. And then we'll select this point down here, and then the next point, and then the last point. So that'll give us all our dimensions horizontally. Then what we'll need to do is go up here to where we got to the horizontal ordinate dimension. We'll select the arrow again, and this time we're going to select vertical. And we'll repeat the same procedure, just going in the vertical direction. So select the 0 point here, which is the origin, and we'll place that 0 out here in space. And then going up, we'll just need to select the different dimensions. We can select points in this case because it knows these have to be vertical and these down here had to be horizontal, so we don't need to select the whole line to give it the orientation. Selecting the end points will suffice. Then we'll go to this next point here. Don't forget about this little guy over here. And then we have one more here at the top left, and we'll select that one. So you can see all my dimensions are there. They're not accurate, but everything has been dimensioned. We have this one blue line here that's not fully defined, and that's because it's not in line with this one, which has the dimension associated with it, but we'll use a relation later to make these collinear. Let's just get our dimensions in here first. So we need to go down the list here, change this 0.95 to 0.5, and then we'll change this to 1. Next one we'll change to 2. And you can see it, I made it too big when I originally sketched it, so you can see it pulling it into shape here. Change that to 3, 3.5, and 4. And we just need to do the vertical ones, so another 0.5. This next one's going to be 1.5. And we have 2 and 4. Okay, so that should give you the right shape. Now you can see here I said this wasn't collinear. So we'll select these 2 lines and select the collinear relation. That'll pull them in line and fully define our sketch. Okay, so we have the profile created here. Then quick simple extrude, which you've done many times. The one thing you need to do here is reverse the direction. Before I do that, you'll see here that it's 6-inch blind depth, but it came forward. I don't think it matters too much for this problem, but they want it reversed so that it's going away from the front plane. We did do the sketch on the front plane originally. And then that should be it. So we'll select it, and now we have our main body here. And the next few videos will show you how to make the rest of the features and how we're going to create different configurations. Hope this helps.